Hi, I'm Stuart Feddersen.
And I'm Mike Murata. We're the HV News team with these stories.
The senior prom will be held June 3rd at the new Marriott on Route 1 in Princeton. We will have the first prom there. Bob Seger's We've Got Tonight will be the theme. Prom will last from 7 to midnight and be followed by the post-prom party. Roast beef dinner will be served.
One of the most important persons to many of our students, especially those tardy seniors, is Mrs. Baker. Mike Maluski had this chance to talk to her today.
Hi there, I'm Michael Maluski here for HVTV, and we're interviewing everybody's favorite secretary, Mrs. Baker. Ms. Baker, what is your position here at Hopewell Valley, in your own words?
The attendance aide.
What do you do?
The attendance.
How many years have you been here at Hopewell Valley?
14.
14? Were you always at the same position?
Yes.
You didn't move up? You just
Nope.
stayed?
Stay right there.
If you could change anything about your job, what would you change?
Nothing really, because I like it.
What do you think about the attendance policy?
Well, it's working, I can tell you that.
It has people staying in school.
It has more people staying in school.
Has it increased your work a lot?
Yes.
Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Do you enjoy certain people more than others when you're turning them in? Enjoy turning certain people in?
Do I enjoy turning somebody? No, I don't enjoy it. I have a
Nobody?
job.
But do you enjoy turning certain people in more than others?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Okay. That's what we want. After all the time at your job, would you give any advice to the students, to all the students in a whole?
To stay in school, it's important.
Thank you. This is Mike Maluski with Mrs. Baker for HVTV. Thank you.
The senior picnic will be held June 8th. Baccalaureate, which was to be held June 12th, will now be held on Wednesday, June 15th. Class night will be held Thursday, June 9th. A popular teacher among the students is Mr. Bill Ashcraft. Here speaking as senior class advisor, Bill Ashcraft chats with senior Dawn Wooden.
Hi, this is Dawn Wooden from HVTV News. We're speaking today with Mr. Bill Ashcraft, a math teacher at Hopewell who is also the senior class advisor. Mr. Ashcraft, what made you decide to become the senior class advisor?
I had been a senior class advisor before, and I enjoyed it very much, and I enjoy working with young people out of the classroom and see their other interests besides academics.
What do you think of the senior class this year?
Well, it's impossible to generalize, but I've certainly enjoyed working with certain individuals that I've been in contact with a lot, and there are a lot of unique personalities in the senior class.
Have you found a location for the senior ball?
Yes, we have. We'll be having the senior ball at the new Marriott in Princeton. Beautiful location.
Do you know how much it will cost?
Preliminary estimates ran about $35 per couple, and that's a very rough, very crude guess. That could change.
What problems did you encounter in choosing the location?
Our major problem was that traditionally, well, for the past few years, it's been held at the Hyatt Regency in Princeton, and for some reason this year, when we asked to reserve it for this year, apparently it had already been booked, and so we had to go around and find another place. And it was very difficult to get in contact with the class officers over the summer and get things accomplished, and that was the major difficulty, but we overcame that.
What is your opinion of the post-prom party?
I think it's a nice luxury. I think that a lot of people will take advantage of it, and it's a good alternative to leaving and driving down the shore late at night, and it's a chance to get back together with some people without going home too early, and get a rest and then drive to the shore the next day or get on with your activities for the weekend the next day. I think it's very nice.
So you think it will be a success?
Yes, I do. Yes, I anticipate a good turnout.
Okay, this has been Dawn Wooden with Mr. Bill Ashcraft for HVTV News.
And now, here are the results of a people poll done by Cindy Kupek, Karen Hartel, and Vanessa Witzman.
Okay, I'm Cindy Kupek, and I'm here with
Mandy Van Dyke.
Okay, Mandy, if you were stranded on an island, what two things would you like to have with you?
I'd like to have lots of food and a boat.
Okay, thank you. And you are?
Michael Hart.
Well, it's very nice to meet you, Michael Hart. What two things would you like with you if you were stranded on an island?
Well, of course I'd need suntan lotion, and then maybe a truckload of tasty cakes.
That sounds great. Thank you very much.
The school day next year will be the same. People will be allowed to make up classes that they missed due to after-school sports during their gym classes, and in addition, there will be more ninth period gym classes. 2/3 of the people interviewed by the Student Life Committee said that they felt that the climate in school either stayed the same or was getting worse. In addition, a proposal has been submitted to the staff for all seniors to be able to leave school for lunch and have AM study. There has also been a proposal that 8 lates to school will result in the senior losing his driving privileges. And now for sports.
Coach Skip Johnson's discipline system has led the golf team to an undefeated season this year. The top 4 golfers are all seniors. They are Chris Conifrey, Justin Mraz, Scott Ludicky, and Tim Menton. The team members believe that one of these 4 will make the Mercer County Tournament Finals.
Coach Skiba has recently been awarded the Clarence O'Shea Memorial Coaching Award. This is the most prestigious award in Mercer County. She was the 7th person to receive this award and the first woman. Hopewell students are seeing 2 of the latest national fads right on the grounds of Hopewell. Brian Brooks, Mike Murata, Bill Mickle, and Rob O'Neill captured these scenes of Hopewell's hacky sackers and skateboarders.
What started you in skating?
Well, back 2 years ago, I just started meeting skaters and just meeting people into hardcore, and I started listening to hardcore and skating was pretty close, so that basically got me into it.
Why do you skate here at Hopewell Valley?
Nowhere else to go, not enough money to go anywhere else. And on the weekends we go places, but there's nowhere else to go, so we skate here. Skate the jump.
Yeah, there's things to skate here, and there's nowhere else to go. You get kicked out.
People say skateboarding is dangerous. Is this true? What do you have to say about this?
Well, gotta live a little. It's not that dangerous, really.
It's no more dangerous than riding a bike. I mean, come on, or driving a car. It's just 4 wheels and you're on top of a board. It's not really dangerous.
Okay, what do you consider skateboarding? A passing phase or a sport?
Oh, I don't really consider it either. I just think it's something to do. It's something fun to do. It's not a sport. Or if it is, it's not a competitive one, but it's just fun, you know? It's not a passing phase because I've been doing it for 2 years. So.
Does it take a lot of skill to hack?
Yeah, it takes quite a bit of coordination.
Fred is hackmaster. Fred is God.
I don't know.
Fred, what else do you do in your life besides hack?
Oh, nothing, really. Drugs! We hack all day long. We've been hacking for about 3 years. Me and Chip started back about 3 years ago. Yeah.
Or what are some other rules? Never say you're sorry.
Never say you're sorry.
No self-hack.
No self-hack. You can't start yourself. If that happens, you go like that.
If you do, you get stuck with
the hack
If you hit it,
Hold on, wait. What is it? What do you do?
You hit hack stocks. Watch out. These are the hack stocks. If you do anything bad, you get hit.
What do you think about these students who have found a new life in the wonderful world of hacky sacking?
I think it's a great game, and I think that it's here to stay.
So you approve of them?
Within limits, yes. I think certainly when we get a new stadium in and the guys are playing the hockey sack, we'll see that.
Okay, bye, Mr. Wright. Bob Jamam, as day head of the custodial artsman here at...
Custodial arts?
Yeah, custodial arts here at Hopewell. What do you think of the...
I got something in my eye. Okay, go on.
What do you think of these students that have found a new life in the wonderful sport of hacky sacking?
Is this being recorded?
No, it's not.
Then why should I answer?
Well, why shouldn't you?
I bet you are recording me.
I'm just
telling
testing.
me. Dude, you're making me feel comfortable by telling me
Are you
you're
gonna
not
answer the
recording.
question or not?
Hacky sack, I like it. I'm a soccer player, always been. I think it's great.
Thanks, man. How long have you been working here, Bob?
Almost 6.5 years.
Great. Thank you.
Did you record?
No. See you, Bob. See? I'm not even touching any buttons. All right, guys, this is it. One last comment. Anything you want to say to anybody?
Get out of here. Hey, they should let us hack. Yeah, they should let us hack in peace. That's cool. In peace and harmony.
The recent survey in homeroom showed that less than 50% of the questions on the current events survey were right. More than 50% of the students surveyed decided they would have taken the class had they had that option. The class will be introduced as an elective during the 1989-1990 school year. The curriculum will be worked on next summer. New to Hopewell Valley is the Student Assistance Program. Here with the counselor, Miss Reddy, is Hopewell Valley News interviewer Mike Murata.
Hi, this is Mike Murata for HVTV News, and I'm here with Miss Reddy, Student Assistance Counselor for the school. Miss Reddy, tell me, what is the Student Assistance Service all about?
Okay, the Student Assistance Service is a free and confidential service protected by the federal drug and alcohol confidentiality laws, which makes available to students and their family free professional services to help them with personal problems of any nature that might be negatively affecting their family relationships or their schoolwork or anything of like nature.
What are some of the types of problems that students come to you with?
Okay, I need to make it clear that although my specialty is drug and alcohol evaluation and counseling, students and family members and teachers come to me with all sorts of problems. For example, depression is something that a lot of students come to me with. They find it's hard for them to get up in the morning. They have a negative attitude towards school. They procrastinate doing their schoolwork. They may be failing. They may have a lot of latenesses or absences. They come with family problems. Something as simple as not being able to get along with mom or dad, constant fighting at home. People come because they may be concerned about an arrest that they've undergone recently, and as a result they're under a lot of stress and they need to know how to deal with that. People come to me with questions about smoking tobacco and with questions about all drugs, including alcohol. So the service does more than deal with just drug and alcohol issues. It provides services for any and all problems that you might feel safer coming to a counselor who's protected by a federal law with.
Okay. You mentioned about the confidentiality law. Tell us a little bit about that confidentiality.
Okay. Drug and alcohol counselors, which I am, as I noted, are protected by a special law which is passed by the United States government. And even though this program exists on site, on school premises, it protects me from having to disclose the names of anyone I see or the nature of their problems or any information whatsoever, even if it could be really damaging and the school really needs to know. I am forbidden by federal law to disclose any information. If I violate that law, I personally am subject to, at minimum, a $500 fine and 30-day jail term. So as you can imagine, for both personal and very ethical reasons, I really protect people's confidentiality.
Now, does this run into, like, have you ever had any really big problems with, like, administrators or anything, or do they really know about this law and really give you credit for the information that you withhold from them?
I work in one other school district besides here, but I have found overall that the administrators, counselors, teachers are very mindful of that law, and nobody ever asks me specifics. Even if the teacher has made a referral, the teacher might say, well, have you followed up on so-and-so, and how's he doing? And I might say, oh, he's making progress, or I might give a vague answer without betraying any confidence, but I would never reveal anything specifically. So I have no problems in the school with administrators or other counselors or anybody pressuring me for information, and I feel that that's the reason this program is very successful here.
Great. So then you can really say that this program is really working and has really made some kind of a change for, I guess, student life and those students who do have problems with family or drug and alcohol.
Well, although everything is confidential and anonymous, I must keep statistics for myself and the agency which employs me, because I am not employed directly by the school system. So statistics do speak for themselves, and of all the referrals that come to me, the majority of referrals, I would say at this point, probably 75% come from students themselves, either coming in themselves for help for themselves or coming in because they're concerned about a friend. When I first came, which was a year ago, January, the majority of the referrals were from adults, teachers, administrators, etc. But as word spread that the Federal Confidentiality Act really is observed, more and more students are coming forward on their own, and that is a real indicator of success. Another indicator of success is that last year I was here only 2 days, and this year they funded me for a 3rd day.
That's great. So one final question. Could you recommend a method for students that have problems to get in touch with you and sort of get into this system so that they can get the help that they need?
Okay, it depends on how anonymous the student wants to be and what the nature of the problem is. Some students feel very open about letting people know that they'd like to see me, so they might either ask their guidance counselor to refer them or one of the other pupil specialists like the social worker or the psychologist. Or sometimes they'll mention it to a teacher, and a teacher will say, well, let's go down and talk to Ms. Reddy together. But if they want to contact me independently, I have a mailbox in the guidance office, and all you need to do is leave a note in my mailbox that says, Student Assistance Counselor, my name is so-and-so, I'd like to talk to you, I have a study hall or lunch, 5th period, or whatever. And you will hear from me immediately, because I think I'm real good at following up. I don't want to lose somebody who wants help.
Great. Thanks. This has been Mike Murata with Mrs. Reddy for HVTV News.
Okay, and you are?
Lilibet Dillon.
What 2 things would you like to have with you on the island?
Bayer aspirin and John Elastic.
And you are?
Bob Humes.
What would you like to have with you?
A lot of food and a lot of money.
Okay, thanks. Okay, I'm here with?
John Elastic.
John, if you were stranded on an island, what 2 things would you like to have there with you?
My toasted cheese sandwich and my math book.
Thank you very much.
Comic relief is something we all need. Here, interviewed by Ted Olszewski, is Alex Finkrell.
Here we are today, again on Comedy Daybreak. Some true, some false. Today we have a marvelous man with incredible talents. He's been a celebrity for years. Now, and many questions have arose about him. So with that, I'd like to introduce a first-class stud. Is that true or false? Let's find out. What's your most special aspect which makes you a stud?
Actually, that'd have to be my body, I think. I've been involved in a pretty rigorous thing of bodybuilding, and it takes up most of my time now, but I think it's paid off.
I'm sure as I do, Alex, everyone has been wondering how your mustache became so thick.
Well, actually, I shaved this morning, but I have been, through a process of shaving and reshaving it, as I've gotten quite a beard bristle.
So how did you get to where you are now? What made you so big, such an item in society?
At the very early age of 3 years old, I started doing pet food commercials with my cat Buster. And from there, things just fell into place, and slowly but surely, I've become as popular as I am.
So what are your goals? Have you reached the highest limit, or do you intend to go higher?
It's funny you should ask that, because I'm presently pursuing a career as a race car driver at the Pennington Speedway. Yes, it's interesting.
Your fine selection of clothes has brought many questions into many minds. Are those privately tailored, or do you go to a fashion shop to get them?
They're imported from Sweden, most of them. some from other parts of Europe, but generally, yeah, I do have them specially made.
Well, let's go to the studio audience and see if we have any questions. Excuse me. Is there any questions? I didn't think so. Well, back to you, Alex. So, in saying all that, what special interest? What special interest do you have?
Well, other than race car driving, which I've already mentioned, knitting takes up a lot of my time, and also I'm somewhat of a bookworm. I'm presently involved in the Dr. Seuss collection.
Does knitting make you so popular? Because, I mean, it seems kind of odd a man of such a celebrity like yourself knits.
Well, it's a good way to get my aggressions out. It's somewhat relaxing. I've written a few books on the subject now, and they're also pretty popular. I think it's kind of based on the principle of, real men don't eat quiche, but quiche and knitting, they go together pretty well.
Faculty member Robert O'Boyle was married to Kerry Owens Saturday, April 23rd. Mr. O'Boyle will be back teaching in the art department next year in conjunction with Ms. Humphreys. On behalf of the HV News staff, I would like to congratulate them. Bringing a new excitement to the sport of wrestling this year was sophomore Jeremy Romano. Gary Stellitano got this chance to interview him.
Hi, I'm Gary Stellitano for HVTV News, and I'm here with Hopewell wrestler Jeremy Romano. Well, Jeremy, I guess to start off, why don't you tell us how you got started in wrestling?
Well, when I was little, my dad used to coach a college team, and he used to take me to the practices, and I was like the mascot. And when I was 7 years old, I was like in 2nd grade, he started me in a violent mini wrestling program.
I always saw that work has paid off in the form of record and country championship. Does it ever get hard when you see you have such a great season and your team doesn't really win a match?
Well, it's not the best thing in the world, but our team's getting better. The kids are getting better. We still haven't won anything.
Why do you think the wrestling team gets such a poor turnout?
Probably because the teams that are out there, we don't win anything, so who wants to join a losing team?
What are your goals for the next 2 years? And more importantly, what about after high school?
Well, high school state championship, hopefully. And after high school, a good wrestling college. Syracuse, Bucknell.
All right, I'm here with?
Brooke Sudlow.
Okay, Brooke, would you tell me, if you were stranded on an island, what 2 things would you like to have with you?
A radio and a tape of the Rolling Stones' Let It Bleed. I'd be set.
And you are?
Hi, I'm Mr. Ashcraft.
Mr. Ashcraft, if you were stranded on an island, what 2 things would you like to have with you?
I would like to have my lab coat and my pointer. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'm here with?
Dave.
Dave, tell me, what 2 things would you want if you were stranded on an island?
It's a hard decision, but I'd have to say my mom and dad.
That's great. Thank you very much.
We'd also like to mention that Mrs. Radis and Mr. Hutchinson will be retiring this year. I'm sure that all students who have known either of these 2 faculty members would like to wish them a fond farewell. This has been Mike Murata
and Stuart Feddersen for HVTV News.
Good day.
Okay.
Good day, A.
I'm here with my good buddy Dave here, which you all know. Dave, if you were stuck on an island all by yourself, what are the 2 things you most likely would want? Talking to the mic.
I want to wish every day.
A wish?
A wish. Wish. It's a wish. And
take your time. And
I don't know. No, I know girls.
The skipper.
And no, just a wish every day would be fine with me.
That's it, a wish.
Right.